Beautiful stuff, just beautiful. Good morning, everyone. See, this is Boulder. This is Boulder. Look at it. We're going to get 50% of this congregation are going to come in late. You know, and that's because it is so laid back in Boulder that there's no feeling toward punctuality. And so I've asked Santisha to do a talk on punctuality. So the people that aren't getting it yet will get it. Can you please come in? It's like lonely in here. So they're out in the lobby, you know, and they need to be in here. Is there anybody here from another Unity? Is there anybody here for the first time? Raise your hands up high. We have a gift for you. See, this is what we do. Just keep your hands up because you missed over here. All right. Yeah. In the bottom of that bag are the keys to a new Lexus. Please hand them out. This is the only way we get people to come back. Come on. You already got it. Okay. All right. So, we have another beautiful day here in beautiful Boulder, and we have lots of beautiful people, and you are about to receive an amazingly beautiful talk from Santisha. Look forward to it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. Those of you who are joining us in-house and those of you who are joining us online, thanks for spending some time with your community here at Unity of Boulder. We got a few upcoming events here going on at, here in this building, and later this month we're having Sonatum Carr, who is a world-famous New Age musician, is going to be playing right here on this stage with her band. She's going to do 2 nights, September 22nd and the 23rd. You can go to our website to find tickets for it. We're very excited to have her here. It's been a while since we've had a singer of this level on our stage in a while, so that's awesome. This week, this Tuesday in fact, Santisha is going to be starting her 5-week prosperity class, which she has not taught in quite a while. It's going to run for 5 weeks on Tuesday from 6:30 to 8:30. It's $100 for the entire class, and we have the book for sale in the bookstore, and you can sign up for that. Actually, today you can sign up for it after this service over in Fellowship Hall. Heather can help set you up with that, or you could sign up on the phone or online or even the night of, but we really prefer if people sign up beforehand so we know how many people and how much material to make for that class. So speaking of Heather over here in Fellowship Hall signing up for that class, she also has a few booths and a few other heads of volunteer areas of the church where if you're looking for a spot where you could volunteer here at Unity of Boulder, which helps out Unity of Boulder tremendously, go over there, learn about the different options of where you could possibly plug yourself in and you know, be a help to this community here at Unity of Boulder. Just take a few minutes. I'd like to remind everyone that if you go to our Wednesday night meditations with Jack and Norma, we have changed them back to their normal time at 7 p.m., and that's every Wednesday ongoing. So don't come at 6. We were just doing 6 for the summer just to try it out. And last but not least, this Friday, we're continuing our Healing Arts Friday, where we have a new healing arts practitioner come each Friday from noon to 3 p.m. This week, it's going to be Norma, and she is going to be teaching some lost healing, some Edgar Casey healing. You can show up anytime. It's drop-in anytime from noon to 3, but if you'd like some real one-on-one time, call the office anytime this week, and Heather can set you up with a one-on-one. All right, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity. This is the point in our service where we're having a call to prayer. And if you're facing a challenge right now and you need some prayer, just write your name on the little sheet in front of you, or write a friend's name or an animal, something that's needing a little bit more energy, and it will go into the prayer box. Steve, who is the head of our prayer team, will come and collect them up through this aisle, put them in this beautiful box right here, and they'll be prayed over for 30 days here at Unity, and then they will be sent off to Silent Unity for another 30 days. So let's partake in this. We know we are not changing God when we pray, but what we are doing is aligning ourselves with this greater power that we are collectively together to energetically bring healing to every area of our lives. And we want to sing this song. They say to sing is to pray twice. You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence lives in me. And I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you. Now join us. Now you know how it goes. You are the air that breathes. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence lives in me. And I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. And so it is. And now we have the opportunity to listen to one of our favorite singers here at Unity, and we didn't have her for the last month, so let's give her a warm Boulder Unity welcome for our greatest, Marcy Baruch and the band. Missed you.
It's so good to be back. So good to be back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. I am breathing. I am born from. I am blessing, blessed by. Alive is the blessing of the Holy One. In and as and through and by the grace and the strength of love. I'm going to start that again. I was backstage and trying not to cough. Okay, here we go. I am born from the strength of love. I am born from the strength of love. Here in this holy so much, and thank you to this band. It's so good to be back with you all, and thank you for being a blessing to the strength of love that you are.
Stand right now and say, thank you, God, for this beautiful day.
Thank you, God.
And turn and meet one another and say hello and get each other's names. So beautiful. So good. Missed you. Everything's right in the world now that you're back. Everything's right in the world now that you're back. Grateful for you. Yeah. And pat yourselves on the back and say, thank you, God, for me. It's really important to like, love, appreciate thyself. We radiate something really special in this world when we feel that way about ourselves. Today, my talk is called The Law of Vibration. And I've been speaking on the different laws of attraction over the last few weeks, not necessarily pointing out specifically one or the other, because they all kind of flow into each other. But I wanted to speak on this particular topic because there's been a little bit of controversy lately whether the law of attraction is first or the law of vibration. And I'm seeing a lot of different spiritual teachers speaking to this idea, and I got to contemplating it because we've been talking about it all summer, how the law of attraction and the way that it used to work is changing. And so that's created some stress for many of us to say, I used to know how to, do an affirmation or say something positive into this universe and have it immediately come back, or in due time, but it would come back to us and we would see that this exchange was happening in the universe. And it's one of these laws that's very true and it doesn't change. But a deepening is happening as this new world is being birthed. And if we are really going to create a new planet, a healed planet, a world that is not in opposition with each other everywhere you look, but in harmony and in unity, it's going to be the collection of our own vibrations that are going to handle that kind of a change in this world. And so it's really a time of taking to task what we're bringing to this world, what we're bringing to this earth. And we can say that we're doing certain things, but vibrationally, are we bringing those things? So there's a lot of times where people say, I know you can do the talk, but can you do the walk? And that's really the difference, right? We know how to attain. We can watch Esther Hicks a million videos about how you're perfect, limitless, you're all these things, and so therefore you just think, and it's going to come to you. And there is truth to that, except if you're on a journey of awakening and a deepening as a spiritual virtue this lifetime, then we're really not going to we're not going to get off the hook for the deepening spiritually that we're here to do. And we did choose to be here at this time. And those of us that really chose to be adversaries of Christ's work for this world and for this planet, or Buddha's work, or Krishna's, whoever, is the divine seer that really speaks to your heart, and whatever word you use, which is God, source, spirit, creator, whatever. There's not a right or wrong way in unity to find this universal energy that we are tapping into and connecting with, so that we may be a part of healing self and then moving it outward onto others individually, and then into a bigger global reality of healing the world, right? So this debate between whether the law of attraction comes first before the law of vibration or vice versa is something that's in the universe right now. However, being a person and knowing more people that read the energy of a room through energy, I feel that we have to contemplate the feeling place within us to discover the power of feeling over thought or both, for the activating power to draw towards us that which we most desire. Many people can't read others' thoughts. There are many exceptions to this rule, but more people read the energy of a room the moment they enter it, and then can usually within moments feel who is radiating high frequency energy over ones who are not, and then recognize who they are drawn to being around in that room and who they are not. This is a very simple way to discover how energy attracts energy. Like attracts like. And yet, many of us go through life not realizing how much we're reading energetically what's going on around us. And it's very easy to see how things rumble around us, what we're carrying vibrationally before we leave our house. What are we doing when we sit in meditation in the morning, or if we're not, or we should be, or if we're earthing and walking on the earth, if we're connecting with this greater something, this greater power, whatever we call it, universe. Are we checking in the vibration of what's going to lead preceding us 6 feet in front of us, from the side and from the back, to take to task that what I bring to this world is for healing, is for kindness, is for an experience for others to radiate in this beauty that I am carrying in my life? And if I'm not in that place, do I take myself out of the world and work on this vibration before I step in to it? See, this is the deepening that's changing. We can't just go out and talk terribly about people or honk at people in the car, but then say that you're a spiritual warrior and you're a goddess in this world, and then you just tell somebody off with expletives and things of this nature. It's not sometimes. It's a commitment. It's a commitment like anything else, like exercise. The only person you're tricking is yourself when you say you're being the beloved child of God, radiating this good to yourself, your family, and others. But are you really? So, let's reflect today on this week. Right away, many of you will probably recognize areas where you may have not brought vibrational peace and love to this world, right? And then also, it's important for us to love ourselves and recognize where we did, though, right? Because it is a journey and it's a practice, and it takes practice to learn and get better and better at this softening into this devoted love, this devotional love, to giving, to singing, to chanting, to doing whatever it takes to heighten this energy. So a really good way to recognize where your energy is at, unfortunately, if you don't have any small children or dogs or cats, then it's hard to tell. But when you are off, have you ever noticed that your dog is super whining and in your space, and it's like they're usually really chill and they're really amazing because they're connecting with your high vibration. But when you're off, they're in your space and they're panicking and they're freaking out because they're playing out our energy, because all they are is energy. There is no think and have the law of attraction. Animals and small children don't have the capacity to think and have. It's all beingness. It's all vibration. Like when your children are sick, when they're young and they have a flu, and usually mom has the flu too, right? So there's no moment that you feel like a mom more than when your kid is sick and you're sick too. And you have nothing left. You've been up for a million nights and you're just tired and you're drained, and they're just whining and crying and whining, and you have nothing left to give. They're picking up on our tiredness, on our energy. So if we could actually go meditate, lift that energetic frequency, first of all, we'd heal ourselves. But then also, it would start healing their bodies. But we get down into that tired place. We get down in that frustrating place. We might be overworking. I'm just using these examples, but when we do too much and we get too caught up in this world and we're reading too many emails and we're hearing too much negativity and we're surrounding ourselves with people that like to complain about life and talk about the lower natures of life, then we become that energy. We become greater and greater people of discernment about what we're willing to allow in our vibrational energy. If we want to bring about a change that we want to see in this world, we always say we want to be the change that we want to see in this world. Well, this is one of those things. This is one of the places that we start, right? So is it the law of attraction first, or is it the law of vibration? If you think about it, the law of attraction is a way to change some of the things that are happening with us vibrationally. So sometimes it is first. But if you really think about it, when we are thinking about things, there's a feeling place, and usually it's stimulated the thinking. It's a feeling. It's a gut feeling. It's a feeling of feeling scared or alone or fearful or worried about outcomes. And then this creates that monkey chatter that keeps talking us out of our good. Right? So they both have this symbiotic relationship between the two. And I guess it doesn't really matter, except that we talk about the law of attraction to speaking and thinking all the time. And actually, all of the Unity books, when I was looking through them, really don't take to task the vibration, the energy that changes, like frequencies. Like Edgar Cayce said, it's going to be sound and light. Down in the future, that's going to be the healer. There will be no more doctors. That will be the thing that heals us physically, mentally, and spiritually. Sound and light. So, if you think about that, that's something we have to connect with. So you are a mass of energy, and you function on frequencies, right? We are told that cats and dogs, they are at a 250 bigger, higher level of frequency than we are at all times, even when they're stressy. Even when, like, that little wagging tail is everything, or that purring of the cat. They're saying the purring of the cat and the wagging of the tail is 250 times above where our highest consciousness can sit. So they literally are a default of light. Who agrees with that being possible? Right? So if we have these beautiful creatures in our life, or we have these little babies that are just the same thing because they just came from light. They don't have thought. Nobody's talked them out of their good yet. So they're just pure, unlimited perfection, literally, in our presence, right? And yet they need a lot of work and they need a lot of focus. So that means a lot of meditation on our parts as parents, as adversaries, to know our role as them being loaned to us. They're God's children. They're not ours. So to be that love, that peace, that kindness, that light, that vibration that raises powerful souls. The way that maybe there was that lack in our own upbringing, to do better than our parents did, to do better than our grandparents, right? That's really the goal, is to even do better, to do better. If you took a picture of you in a perfectly dark room with an infrared camera, you would be a glistening radiating form. You would look something like this. And if you have ever read books on Deepak Chopra or people that talk about life beyond life, the part of us that never dies, right? That's the spiritual soul. So the light being, this can be kind of a look on in an infrared camera, but if you actually focus on just becoming light, it will completely turn gold. So when you start to realize that vibrationally, we're different colors in that infrared light, depending on where we are in consciousness and in a feeling place. And we have the ability to go lighter and lighter. If you watch somebody that's in an infrared light, being in a presence that is a meditator, or a person that understands visualizing health, visualizing speaking to, you can literally watch them make it turn to gold. So, if we have that ability to do that, that is the thought process now working with the feeling place, working with the body, working with the organism of the human body, but what we are is spiritual first. So when we learn that as spiritual beings first, the most important thing we can do is educate ourselves on the part of us that never dies. And that part of us has memory from many lifetimes, lots of knowledge, lots to grab onto. It's in a place called the Akashic Records, if you've ever heard of them. It's called the Book of Life. There's files left behind in the universe that some people have the ability, like I said, some people can read minds, some people have the ability to actually access your soul's journey and tell you why you're dealing with so much discord right now. But the truth is we don't need anybody else to tell us these things. That's what meditation is. It's being with your highest self, the one that has many, many, many developments. And you can ask in those places for greater and greater understanding. When you're facing a challenge, facing something that just seems like it's out of your control, and you don't have control over something that's taking life forms in you, you can speak to your higher self saying, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Please help me get the things off me that are keeping this lower nature in my life, or lower natured people. Speaking to the universe, speaking through your being as the seer of your soul that wants to enjoy this incredible life, to feel the light and the love and the exuberance we feel when we really understand that we are just divine in nature. Just divine in nature. So limitless, expanded, glorious. But we can get caught up in the world of discord, in life, in emails, in neighbors, in spouses, in, you name it. So, when the scientific ways, they say your body is a molecular structure. You are an electronic instrument. Your brain is an electronic switching station. So you are an instrument. And you are a vibrational instrument. And when we decide to change the channel of what our mind is looking upon, we decide to not look through the same lens, to grow a different lens, to experience something expanded, to experience something miraculous, to experience something magic that everybody might tell you is not possible, but you know somewhere within you, you're like, yes, that is. When you live from that expanded energy, miracle of miracle. Bodies heal. Marriages heal. Relationships with children heal. All the different relationships in our life, and most importantly, our relationship with self. When we think of ourselves as this golden light that expands 25 feet this way, 25, it's just this light being that swirls around our being. What are we putting in that energy to share with others and this world? It's very exciting. And when we do that, and then we look upon something that we would like to shift in our lives, when we're in that expanded golden being, this prosperous, beautiful energy that nothing can make you sick, hurt you, you're just perfect here. Now look upon, I'm ready for my lover. And watch how it's a magnet to this loving basis. Love is the attracting energy. Peace is the attracting energy. Joy is the attracting energy. Upset, negativity, loud speaking, profanity, these are all the deters from your life. And that takes you out of that golden light to black. Hollow. Nothingness. So when you really realize that you're the conductor of this energy, we might change some of the things we do in this world, right? We might change how we feel about ourselves. Instead of looking at what's wrong with us. A lot of us put ourselves down. We have an affirmation of saying things to ourselves that keeps us feeling separate and apart from all of this, from all this gloriness, from all this oneness, from all of this beauty, from all this opportunity. And it keeps us isolated, and it makes us feel separate and apart. And when we feel vibrationally separate and apart, we create more opportunities to step us out and make us more separate and apart, and step us out and be more separate and apart. And then we wonder, what is God doing to me? Why is Spirit doing this to me? Why is there so much of this hardship in my life? When we take to task that we are the ones. We are the potential. We are the limitlessness. We are the one that's stepping ourselves here because we want to keep believing the ills of our life, probably repeating it to others, sharing how and why you operate in ways of limitation and do things that are really not in accordance with Spirit. When you really step into this peace and this love, you can't retract this good thing that you're looking for in your life. You just can't. You are a literal, walking vibration of magnet for all your good. Wouldn't that be nice? All these doors, a lot of people we've been sitting at the same door like, why won't it do it the way it used to? It used to work this way. You know, we're just pounding on these doors that are just shut. Everywhere they're just shut. And it's like, what if you thought about the fact that when you expand in this golden energy of peace and love, all those doors are open. They're different doors. It's a different time. The world has changed. The sequence has changed. That's why I've had to change my entire class that I taught 3 years ago, and I've been teaching it for 22 years before that. Because it has changed. And I've had to meditate and be with this energy to find, what is this energy? And it really comes down to, we can't just act and speak the spiritual work. We have to walk it now. We have to walk it. So, what is the nucleus or the pattern plan inside your personal soul? What is the nucleus or the patterned plan inside your personal soul? Because if you think about something like an acorn, right? It gets planted in the ground, and Mother Earth vibrationally gets to it, and then eventually turns into an oak tree. That's all that acorn will ever be. It will either get fertilized and it will grow, or nothing will happen. But Aristotle used to hold it up in his classes and say, what is inside this tree? And he was asking the students to say, there's an oak tree. But the truth is when you dissect with the biggest scientific things to look into that, there is no oak tree of any kind inside of that acorn. It's in there somewhere, but it has to be fertilized and it has to be brought into Mother Earth, into this peaceful, exact thing, but it will never grow into a rose bush. It will never grow into another tree or a carrot. It will just be an oak tree. Not just a beautiful oak tree. When you think about the seeds of the soul, and what Edgar Cayce says is we're limitless expressions of whatever it is your soul is here to do as purpose, as growth, as healer, as being. We are all prophets in this world. We are not limited to, nor are we, we are literally the makers of our life. And some souls in a lifetime grow, and they become expanded, gorgeous light beings. And in some lifetimes, they go backwards, and they get involved with things like drugs and alcohol and abusive relationships and things of this nature. And that doesn't make them bad. That just means that in this lifetime, they didn't step into this limitlessness possibility of whatever it is, that you're feeling this call for something amazing. And the only person that's keeping you from that, my ear just rang, which is spirit validating me. What is going on in you, any feeling and this need and this urge is spirit. It's your soul saying, I know I can do this, and you can. You just have to validate yourself and your abilities and your limitlessness of power as spirit, as you in action. Vibrationally, again, we have to believe that we are enough, that we're worthy, that no matter what mistakes we made, everybody's made mistakes. Everybody has skeletons in their closets. Forgive yourself. You did the best you could with what you had, and then move on. Let's quit bringing the past into the present, because that's what keeps living us on the low frequency that keeps repeating the same experience over and over again. Today you are healed if you choose to. Today you are light if you choose to. In this moment, this is the beginning of the rest of your life. If you believe what I'm saying is true. Do you believe what I'm saying is true right now? Because as the way shower, I'm not here to convince you my way is the right way. I'm just here to share what I share, and then all I ask you to do is ask your spiritual self, does this resonate with me or not? Always go to your direct connection. Always go to your source and find if something resonates with you. And if it doesn't, don't go with it, right? Within each and every one of us is this pure potential. And some of the times we forget that potential. And that's why communities are important, is to be with other people that are in their light. And they're there to vibrationally remind you, like, oh yes, life is beautiful, life is great. You have free will. So you get to decide, you get to dream, you get to visualize, you get to speak affirmative words to it. You get to be whatever your heart desires. Then you have to embody that energy to attract it. You get to figure out what it is. And that's what my whole class is about, this prosperity class, is really getting down to, first of all, what is the story that you keep telling yourself and others that is keeping you from this expansion? And then when we discover that, working on vibrationally, energetically, visually, and speaking something different for 5 weeks together. There's tools. There's things that you're going to do as homework. And honestly, every time I open this book to start the class, my whole life has turned around in the last 5 weeks, rewriting and creating this class, because Spirit writes this class. Spirit writes these sermons. I don't take responsibility for these sermons. I sit and meditate, and then I just let Spirit write it through me. And 90% of this talk is not on these pieces of paper right now. I never know really what Spirit's going to decide to do. And it's not special. You all have that ability in you. I just want to get past a couple slides. You are joy, looking for a way to express. It's not just that your purpose is joy, it is that you are joy. You are love and joy and freedom and clarity expressing. Energy, frolicking, and eager. I love that. Energy, frolicking, and eager. It just sounds so kid-like with our little flowers in the little basket. It's like, it's all so good, and it's all so exciting, and it's all good, right? We've gotten there. And so we're going to work on some of our verbs, some of the things we use that you don't realize in this class, that we use action words that debilitate us, and we don't realize that it's just a default. It's kind of like with my teenagers. I've got two, and they never call me for anything but money. But I always give them an opportunity to be calling for something else, just in hopes that possibly they're calling just to say, hey, I was just thinking about you, you know. And I'll say, hey, Ty, what's going on? Well, Mama, he always gets really sweet. Oh, Mama, just wondering if I could have $15 for McDonald's. I'm like, ugh, gosh. So I've changed that view that I'm not expecting them to ask for money, because it's been kind of feeling like I'm being taken for granted, you know, and there's barely a thank you. And I always give the money because I'm a spoiling mom and whatever, I'm working on that. But the other day, Tyler did call me. Just say, I was just sitting in this class and was thinking about all that you are doing for me. I just wanted to thank you. And I needed to hear that. I needed that validation, but I didn't realize I needed it. And it changed the energy of how I was feeling towards him, because he tends to be the one that asks for the money the most. So changing the reality just from a vibrational level, even though the outer experience is showing me that all he wants is money, I'm also partaking in that process, because now I'm just believing that, and that's all that's happening. Until I let it go, and seeing this glorious, musical, beautiful son of mine expanded and connected to my heart and amazing, and not within a day or two from that meditation did it shift. It's always going to validate, Spirit is always going to validate that this and what I'm sharing today is true to you. So a really great way to really understand the energy flow is thinking about relationships like a lover. And thinking of like a date where, you know, as a woman, and women probably can understand that the guy comes in way too strong and they're just so up in your space. And you feel this sense that you're going like this the whole time. And it's like so off-putting, right? And then a woman that does that to a guy, it's the same thing. We don't want somebody to chase us. Energetically, we want to just meet and just be in this energetic experience so that we can really feel energetically. No words, nothing they're going to ever say is going to really show us who they are, but energetically, we will learn who they are, right? That's why spiritual people need to be with spiritual people. It's hard to be with people that aren't on a path, right? It doesn't mean that that person that's coming in is being aggressive but that person probably was lacking love and affection and things like that in their lifetime, and they have spiritual work to do before they can be in relationship, right? So when we're thinking about when we're bringing energy, are you bringing balance to every situation? Are you observing the energetic room and bringing what is being called and what is needed? And I have this beautiful video that I think is just a gorgeous way to show energy. I love, you can just feel energetically what I'm trying to say. I don't need to break down what that experience is. When you're in divine alignment with whatever it is that's a call within you, it is that easy when you finally find the frequency of that. The frequency of that energy. And you don't know how to find, just be the frequency of the thing that you are wanting to attract. Rehearsing the person that's going to be the person that's going to attract these things in your meditation and visualizing that powerful, that loving, that forgiving, that beingness, that beauty that you are. Hold her, hold him in your mind's eye and start redirecting that subconscious into that expansion that you truly are. And it's just like that dance where it finds you now. So easily connected. It's not hard. It's natural. Divine alignment is within all of you, and you know exactly how to find it. So I just want to take you into a meditation for a few minutes. And just get comfortable in your seats. And I'm going to invite Marcy back out and the band, and they're going to accompany our meditation here. So let's just get seated with our feet flat on the ground. And we're just going to put one hand on our heart and one hand on our stomach. And let's just start breathing in and out with a... Now I want you to place one word in your consciousness of what you want to emanate out to the world as you leave today. What do you want to feel? What do you want to put out to your world? Because as we know, the internal world creates our external reality. Play with your intention. Take in a deep breath in and hold it on the inhale. Bring that word to mind and blow it out in your exhale. I want you to connect with the part of you that still believes in magic. Synchronicity and a majestic nature of being a spiritual being having a human experience. And any part of you that is playing small, unworthy, be ready to let that go. Let's take in an inhale and hold it again. On the exhale, let all of that cumbersome, not needed energy out on the exhale. In the vibration of appreciation, all things come to you. When you are open and aware that from blessing everything that is, in a vibrational current of ease and peace, you recognize the feeling place, the vibratory balance of how to resonate that kind of ease and peace. And vibrate it out in other areas. You've experienced something different than this before. Now it's time to attract vibrationally what you want. Beauty, you are a living, vibrational, healing being. For all you desire, as far as peace, prosperity, love, and healing is yours. Every moment you find the energy of peace within the difficulty. You are divine in nature. You are the power of the living Christ through you. In quietness and confidence, affirm the drawing power of the divine nature that is all, in all, through all, as a magnet of consistent increase for your highest good and supply. And so from my highest frequencies, I honor the highest frequency within you. And I bless you as I bless myself as the living embodiment of true peace, health, and happiness. And I bless your embodiment of true peace, health, and happiness. And to this we say, Amen. 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 We'll take an offering for unity now.
It is so beautiful to be in the presence of such energy, all of you adding to that presence. And I'm inviting you that are watching this on live stream to to come on in and join the presence here in this physical church because they're so beautiful. Just to be basking in this energy, opening up to this reality of our divinity. It's great. Beautiful talk, beautiful day. Let's bring this with us into the rest of our day. And so let us bring into our minds and our hands that financial gift we'd like to make to Unity of Boulder. And let's bless it with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And so it is. And we have Marcy to share her beautiful voice with us once again.
Lately I've been noticing how much I've been blessed with people to love, some peace of mind, happiness. It makes me want to pass along this love I've received as a way of giving thanks for what's been given to me. I've got a strong heart. I've got a strong love. And I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. Ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I used to have a lust for more that bordered on greed, till I looked around and saw that I have more than I need. I thought I had to have it all before I could share, till I realized what's mine to give has always been there. I've got a strong heart. I've got a strong love. And I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I may not make a difference that the whole world can see, but if I can show more kindness, that's what matters to me. I'm changing on the outside, finding gray in my hair, but the difference on the inside is that I don't care. I'm losing my desire to be what I'm not, and I've got what I want now that I want what I've got. I've got a strong heart. Sing with me, this is true for you. I've got a strong love, and I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place to live in. I'm ready to use the gifts I've been given to make this world a better place for us all, you and me and all beings, the kitties and the doggies and the gold within all of us. to live in.
We noticed you were gone for a month. Just so you know. Did you all notice that she was gone? And you were probably a little worried. But I knew you were coming back, so thank God for you. So appreciate you and your beautiful music. Yeah, yeah. So to let you know, we have prayer partners available to you. If you're in a prayer need, just stay seated in your seat, and the people with these nice white sashes on will come and find you and take you to our beautiful meditation room and pray with you at the completion of the service. We also have our volunteer fair still happening, where you can sign up to volunteer and help in an hour a month, an hour a week. Everything helps, so please go and look at all the different areas you can help us, and you can register for my class, the prosperity class, in the bookstore right after the service. Let's start with I release and I let go.
My turn.
Okay.
All I can say is we give a number of classes throughout the year. I do, Santisha does. We have guests come in. But the class that is most effective in helping people get in touch with the reality of the power within them is Santisha's prosperity class. So if you really are thinking about taking this class, don't think about it anymore. Get into this class. It is going to give you the tools to transform your life. That's a guarantee. Okay, what's next?
Here we go.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. But with my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go in the Spirit. And my heart. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. With my faith, I see the light. I'm free. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God.
That completes our service. We'll see you at the prosperity class on Tuesday, and we'll see you next week. Join us in the volunteer room.